key do's and don'ts of native advertising that I see are, first of all, you need to have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy in place, you're not going to be successful at your native advertising. The second part is that you need to understand what audience that you're targeting with your content, so you can choose the right platform, so you can work with the right type of stories, that you can measure what happens and you can see. So those are the key do's. Now the don'ts, of course, that's just you flip it over, where you don't have a strategy, where you just randomly pick a platform, where you don't try to tell the best stories that you can. And one more thing is that you don't measure the outcome of what actually happens with your native advertising. In my experience, there are brands that are really good at native advertising some of the time, and then the same brands can be not so good. Then, of course, you have brands like Netflix that everyone is talking about because they seem to be doing consistently a good job. And I think what they're doing is that they have a very clear idea of what they want to accomplish with their native. Other brands like Lego are also doing a great job. But if you break it down, not just the super brands like Netflix or Lego, if you look at more ordinary brands in the Nordic region, the key for them to do great native is, again, to work closely together with the publisher and to understand the audience. And when they do that, that's when they create great native. And the same brand, when they don't work with the publisher, or when they don't understand the audience and they don't understand the platform, the native is going to suffer. So of course you can look at great brands like Netflix and Lego, but it's more the brands that are successful are those that consistently understand that you need to work together with the publisher and understand the audience. You need a strategy, and you also need to understand that different publishers, different media sites will provide different audiences, and the audience is coming to that site for a reason, because they like the way that they tell the news, or they like the way that they tell stories. And you have to work with your content so that it fits into that. That's why Netflix is doing such a good job, because it rhymes, it works very well on the platforms that they pick. The only way that we can ensure that native advertising provides value to the publisher, to the brand, and to the audience is to have a partnership. That means that what the brand is bringing to the process is, of course, the messaging, but also the will to tell stories that actually add value to a target audience. And the publishers, they share the knowledge of their platform, what works and what doesn't work, what the metrics are, how the native compares to the editorial content. And the audience, of course, what they bring to it is that they show that they are willing to engage with this type of content. So in an ideal world, the win-win-win scenario is where everyone feels that they're actually getting a value out of the collaboration. And if you flip that, when native is less successful, is often where you overlook either the audience needs, so you just have a brand telling their own stories without understanding who they're talking to, or the publisher is reluctant to actually make sure that the brand has a good experience on the platform by sharing insights, or rather not sharing insights. So to me, that's how you have a partnership that actually works.